Okay, so bring yourself onto your hands and knees. So roll yourself forward into your hands and knees. And we'll just start here with some cat-cow. So drop your back down, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And then exhale, take the back up nice and high, chin to chest, tailbone down. Inhale, drop the back down, head comes up, chest is lifted. And then exhale, take the back up nice and high, chin to chest, tailbone down. Inhale, drop the back down, head comes up, chest comes up. And exhale, take the back up nice and high. Okay, bring your back to a neutral spine and then tuck your toes under and bring yourself into a downward facing dog. So in our first position here, you can lift and lower your heels just to start to warm up the back of your legs. And then when you're ready, just find stillness. So bring yourself into your downward dog position, so spreading the fingers nice and wide. Heels down towards the ground, but don't worry if they don't touch. You should have 2 fists distance in between your feet and look towards your navel. And then inhale, look to your hands and walk forward, lengthening the spine, look up. Exhale and fold. And then inhale, hinge from the hips, come all the way up, look up towards your thumbs. And exhale, hands down by your side, Samasthiti. Inhale, take the arms up, look to the thumbs. Exhale, fold yourself forward. I've got mischievous machina here. Step back with your right leg first, followed by your left. And then bring yourself to your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale, lengthen the spine for cobra. So hips are down onto the ground, elbows are bent, lifting the chest up. Exhale, come to tabletop, tuck your toes under, and downward facing dog. So we stay here for a few breaths and just spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure your wrists are nice and straight. Aim your chest towards your thighs and heels down towards the ground. Bend your legs slightly, look towards your hands. Step forward with your left leg, then your right. Lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hinge from the hips, come all the way up, look to the thumbs. And exhale, bring the hands down by the side, Samasthiti. Inhale, take the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And then exhale, you can step or jump back. Okay, so now we can chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga, we lower ourselves down. Don't let anything touch the floor except your hands and your feet. Inhale for upward facing dog, top of the feet on the mat only, and hands. Exhale, lift up high, downward facing dog. So if your heels can touch the floor quite easily, then engage your thighs, straighten your legs and engage your thighs. Now inhale, look to your hands, bend your legs slightly, and step forward, left leg first, followed by the right. Lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hinge from the hips, come all the way up. Arms up, look up, and exhale, hands down by your side. Just turn lengthways on your mat, and then inhale, arms up. Now take hold of your left wrist with your right hand, and then forward towards the inside of your mat. Inhale to come up. Exhale, swap wrists and forward to the other side. Now try not to sit too much into that hip, so try not to push your hip to the side. Make it all about from the waist upwards. or from your hips upwards. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take a big step out to the side and come into goddess pose. So you can bring your hands in front of your heart center and squat nice and deep. Now inhale, open the arms, and we're just going to stay here for a moment. So try and keep your spine nice and long and try not to lean forward. Now inhale, straighten up through the legs. Turn your left foot in slightly and your right foot to the back of the mat, and then fall down for your Trikonasana. So you can take hold of your big toe with your peace fingers if that's okay. If not, you can place your hand onto your shins. Try and open up your body as much as you can. And you're looking at your left thumb. Now come up just a little bit, maybe a quarter of the way. Bring your left hand over the top and then bring your right hand so it's parallel. So it's a real strengthening pose. Now bring your right hand back down to the ground. Left hand can follow. So we come into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. So try to bring the chest down the thigh as much as you can. And chin towards your shin. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale. And then inhale, come all the way up. Open the arms. Turn your right toes in, your left toes to the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fall down for your Trikonasana. Looking towards your right thumb. Now inhale, you can bring yourself up just a little bit. Bring the right arm over the top and then bring the left arm up so it's parallel. Left hand comes back down, right hand can come down to the ground. Just turn your hips slightly so your hips are parallel to the front of the mat, square to the front of the mat, and chest down towards your left thigh. Aiming the chin towards the shin. Inhale in to lengthen the spine. Exhale. Inhale to come all the way up. And then exhale, step to the front of the mat, Samastitihi. Bend your knees, inhale, arms up, look to the thumbs. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And exhale, jump your feet back for Chaturanga. You can always step if need be. Lowering yourself down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right leg to the top of the mat. Back foot is flat, drop the heel down. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. So just making sure you've got a nice deep bend on the right leg. Try to square the hips to the front of the mat. And look towards the thumbs. If that's a little bit tight on your shoulders, you can keep your arms open. Exhale, fold yourself down. Step the right leg back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the top of the mat, drop the heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, left side. So again, we try to square the hips to the front, try to tuck the tailbone. And aim the blade of the back foot down towards the mat. So you might find that it lifts up a little bit. So just try to aim that down to the mat. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back with the left leg and chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we'll stay here for a few breaths. So here, whilst you're here, check your position. So we want nice straight wrists. So your first finger points forward, your fingers are spread nice and wide. Heels are down towards the ground, tailbone is high. Try to look towards your navel. And aim your underarms down towards the ground so you open the back of your shoulders. Now inhale, look to your hands, and you can walk, jump or step forward, lengthening the spine, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms up, look to the thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti, hands down by your sides. Take a step with your right leg and place your hands onto your waist. So now I have 2 feet turning inwards slightly, but I want to turn my left foot so that my big toe faces the top right corner of my mat. So it's not towards the front of the mat, it's towards the right top corner. Okay, inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, fold yourself forward. So this will feel a little bit different on both legs because one foot is turned in, one foot is turned out. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And then exhale, fold again. So aiming the belly through the thighs, chest through the thighs, and walk your hands back so they're in line with your feet. Now inhale, lengthen up through the spine, look forward. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. And then inhale, come all the way up, turn the left foot slightly. So we come into Virabhadrasana 1 again. So you're facing the front of your mat, toes, your left foot is facing the front of the mat. Right toes are facing in slightly. Now keeping that nice strong posture, fold yourself forward so your arms go forward. Keep the length in the spine and don't dump yourself onto your front leg. So really lengthen, don't lean on the front leg. Inhale, bring your arms up, come into warrior 2. So your right foot can now face the long edge of your mat and your left foot faces the short edge of your mat. Nice deep bend in the legs, looking towards the middle finger of the left hand. So we're going to do some strength on the legs today in these warriors. So then inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale and lift up through the spine. So lengthen up. Interlace the fingers and then exhale, fold yourself forward, bringing the hands over the top of the head. Inhale, come all the way up, and you can finally straighten that leg. Turn the toes inwards, and turn the right toes so that your big toe faces the left back corner of your mat. Hands to your waist, inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward, bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And exhale, forward again. Aim in the belly through the thighs, chest through the thighs. And again, walk your hands back and push on the mat so that your body comes through your legs a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, place your hands in front of your heart center. Inhale, lift up. As you do, turn the right foot some more, facing the back of your mat for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So your back foot now can be turned in slightly. Your right toes are facing the top of your mat. Nice deep bend on the right leg. Arms up, looking at your thumbs. And then inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward. So lengthen forward. Remember not to dump your upper body onto your thigh. So really lengthen through your spine, keeping that tension on the leg. Keeping the leg bent, inhale, come up, Warrior 2. So your back foot now can turn so it faces the long edge of the mat, so your toes face the long edge. Nice deep bend on the right leg. Look towards the middle finger of the right hand. Keeping that leg bent, inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, bring your chest down. Hands come up over the top of your head just as much as you can. Inhaling, come up, open the arms. Turn both of the toes inwards, hands to the waist. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, forward. Now place your hands down directly under your nose. So not in line with your feet, directly under the nose. Place the left hand in the center, so your nose and your middle finger are in line. Inhale, open up the right side of the body, look towards your right thumb. Exhaling, look down to the ground. Bring your right hand down and replace your left hand with your right. Inhale, open up the left side of the body. So push strong into the mat with your right hand. Exhaling, look down to the ground, bring the left hand down. Now turn the right foot out to the side of the mat slightly, and then walk your hands to the right side, bending into the right leg, you can lift your left toes. Now, so if need be, you can stay in this position here, but if you can, sit a little bit more, lift the left toes, and if you can, bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. So try and keep some tension on the legs. Try not to just, sit down into the pose. So try and stay up just a little bit so the tension stays on the legs. Now bring your hands down to the mat by the right foot. Straighten through the legs slightly. Put your left knee into the top of your right arm. So we're going to attempt a half crow. So your knee can come to the outside of the right arm, and then just lean forward slightly and lift your right toes off the mat. So imagine you're in Bakasana, full crow. This is half. Okay, place that foot back down onto the ground. Inhale as you walk your hands back to center, straightening the right leg. And exhale as you turn the left foot out slightly and walk to the left side. And same here. So either into this position here, or lift your toes and bring yourself up with a nice straight spine and straight back. Bring your hands down to the mat by your left side, and then with the left knee on the outside of the left arm, bring us up into a half crow. Exhale and bring that leg down, walk back to center. Turn both of your toes inwards, lengthening the spine, look forward, inhale. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, step to the front of your mat, Samasthiti. Take your right leg and place it into your left thigh for Ekpadasana, tree pose. Place your hands into your heart center. And try to keep your right knee out to the side as much as you can. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Inhale, bring the leg round to the front. Exhale, extend the leg forward. Now try and squeeze the elbows back behind the back. Keeping the fingers at the front and the thumbs at the back. Try not to lean back in this pose and try and keep that leg nice and high. Exhale, bring the leg down, but don't let it touch the floor. Take it to the back and hold the inside of the foot. And then you can take your left hand forward in Shiv Mudra, so first finger and thumb tips together, and just bend forward slightly. Now you can keep your foot at your bum at the moment, if that helps your balance. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. But we're going to come into dancer pose. So once you've come down, you can then start to lift your knee high to pull your shoulder back. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Okay, so let's go for the other side. I'll stay facing this way. So take the left foot and bring it into the right thigh for Ekpadasana. Hands come to the heart center. And try to turn your left foot out to the side as much as you can. So whilst you're in this pose, push your foot into your thigh and your thigh into your foot. So we don't sit into the hip. Exhale, place your hands to the waist. Inhale, bring your knee around to the front. Exhale, extend your leg out, squeeze the elbows back. Look at something that's not moving. That will help concentrate your balance. Point your toes. Exhale, bring the leg down. Take hold of the inside of the foot. Chi Mudra on your right hand. Just bend yourself forward. Okay, once you feel that you're quite balanced, you can then try to lengthen the leg behind. So push the hand into the knee, raise it as much as you can. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, which comes down to the mat. Good, okay. Inhale, arms up, lift the thumbs. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, jump the feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's have a couple of breaths here. Now bend the knees slightly, and let's jump the feet towards the outside of the mat, just behind the hands. Okay, now you can turn your toes out a little bit. That will help with the next pose we're going to do. We're going to come into a Hindi squat. So bend through the legs, place your hands into your heart center, and sit in your squat. Now you can push your arms against your inside of your legs. And now place your hands onto your mat, spread your fingers nice and wide, and we'll come into Bakasana, crow pose. So leaning yourself forward, bring the feet together, lift up. Exhale, bring yourself down. We'll come back into our squat position. Again, you can push open through the legs just to try and open the hips a little bit more. Bring the hands down to the mat. And this time we're going to jump back for chaturanga. So we jump back. Okay, so let's just hold here in plank just for a moment. Okay, we're going to hold our chaturanga. So let's lower ourselves down. So the only thing touching the mat is your toes and your hands. Looking forward. Inhale for up dog. So the only thing touching the mat here is the top of your feet and your hands. Inhale up and back, downward facing dog. Come back into your plank. Okay, now take your right leg, take it up towards the sky. So we'll come now into our three-legged dog. So back into your down dog, one leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right leg all the way up to the top of the mat. Drop the knee down. Walk the right foot out to the right side. Come into your lizard pose. So staying here just for a moment. Now tuck your back toes under and stand through your back leg. So straighten through your back leg, try and push it nice and straight. Engage your left thighs. Take your right leg all the way back, downward facing dog. Okay, left leg, raise it up nice and high. So aim your right heel down into the mat. Left leg just as high as it will go, but try to keep your hips nice and square. Arms nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, bring the left leg all the way up to the top of the mat. Drop the knee down, walk the left foot to the left side, put the left hand on the inside of the left foot, and let your hips drop forward. So just making sure that your ankle and your knee are in a line, and your hands are under your shoulders. Okay, you can tuck your back toe under, stand up through the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, step back for downward facing dog. Okay, let's get ready to sit. So bend the knee slightly and then come forward however you wish. So you can jump, you can slide. If you can jump through, do that. Okay. So crossing your legs however you wish. Take your hands behind your back. So hold your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, bring your forehead to your right knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take to your left knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring it to the center. So whilst we're in this position here, try to interlace your fingers behind your back and lift your arms up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Okay, take your legs out in front of you. We'll come to Paschimottanasana. So sitting up nice and tall, legs are engaged, feet pull towards you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold yourself forward. And so we fold forward from the hip joints and we're aiming the belly to the thighs, chest to shins, head towards the feet. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. And exhale, release. Ardha Matsyendrasana, take your right foot over the top of your left leg, just outside the knee. Bring the left foot around so that it just touches towards your bum and try and keep both of your sit bones on the ground. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, your left arm goes up. Exhale, fold the left arm to the outside of the right leg. Okay, so this position might be a little bit much for you guys early in the morning. So you can always use your elbow against the outside of your leg if you wish. The second option would be to put your hands down onto your left knee, and then the full pose would be to hold your right ankle. All the time, lifting up through the sternum and exhaling through to look behind. And trying to keep both hip bones down onto the ground. Now inhale, look forward and raise your left arm up. And then exhale, release your arm down and release your legs. So let's change legs. Take your left leg over the top of the right, to the outside of the knee. Bend the leg round so that it touches your bum. And try and keep your hip bones on the floor, your sit bones on the floor. Left hand goes behind you. Inhale, right arm goes up. Make some space in your spine. Exhale, forward to the outside of your left leg and rotate round. So all the time, remembering trying to lift up through your chest. So don't let your chest come forward. It might a little bit if you're tight in the shoulders. So just try to lift up through the chest and look into the back. Inhaling, look to the front, raise the right arm up, and then exhale, bring your hand down. Okay, so we'll turn sideways onto the mat so that you're lengthways on your mat, and we'll take both legs out to the side. So just in this position here, roll yourself forward so you're sat on your undercarriage and not on your bum, and then interlace your fingers and hold your arms out straight. Now just imagine we're going to stir a big pot of porridge. So we're going to come around in a big circle. So leaning forward just as much as you can. And let's take it the other way. Okay, now place your right forearm just inside your right leg and reach your left arm up and over. And if you can, take hold of your right foot. It might not be possible, maybe you're in a position like this, and that's fine. But if you can, bring your shoulder down and left hand hold your right foot. What I tend to do here is just tuck my right fingers underneath my left thigh. Once you're here, try to open up so that your chest is open. Keep your feet engaged so your feet are pointing up towards the sky. And now look down towards your leg, bring your right leg to the outside of your right foot, and you can hold wherever you can. If you can reach beyond your foot, fine, but if not, if you're just in a position here, that's fine. Inhale in, bring yourself up. So you can just walk your hands up either side of your leg until you're upright. Okay, so let's try the left side. So left arm comes down and then right arm comes up over the top and holds on to your foot. So again, just as a, I don't know if you're supposed to do it, but I do it. I just tuck my left fingertips under my right thigh and then try to open your chest up towards the ceiling. It's a little bit difficult. It's a really nice stretch down your side and also into your quadratus laborum in your back. Okay, so looking down towards your leg, and then bring your left hand to the outside of your left leg, and then just fold over your left leg. Making sure you keep your thighs engaged and your feet engaged. So keep the tension on your muscles in your legs. And then you can inhale and start to walk your hands back up. And then centralize yourself and bring your legs around to the front. Okay, so you can turn again lengthways on your mat, or widthways, lengthways, I'm not sure where we are. Bring your feet up into Navasana. Okay, so from here, if you can, see if you can remove your hands from your legs. Excellent. Cross your legs, roll yourself forward, and then jump your feet back for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, bend the knees slightly. We're going to come to sit again, so however you like to do it. Jump, slide, however. Okay, taking the legs out in front of you again. Bring your right foot into your left thigh. So try and have your knee so it's 90 degrees out to the side. Engage your left foot. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Janu Shashasana. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine, look forward, and then exhale and release. So we'll swap legs, so take your right leg straight, left foot into your right thigh. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine, and exhale, release. Okay, so take your legs nice and wide, and we're going to come down to hold the outside of our feet. So inhale, exhale, fold yourself forward, and try to hold onto the outside of your feet. Now we need to be this way on the mat rather than having the mat under our legs for the next pose that we're going to do. So if you're just here, then that's absolutely fine. If your legs are really wide and you can't reach the outside of your foot, then just bring your legs a little bit narrower and you'll probably find that you can take hold of your feet. Now inhale, lengthen up through the spine. And we're going to release the legs just momentarily. So let go of your feet a moment. and then hold them again here. Okay, and then from here, see if you can straighten your legs and just look up slightly. So not straight to the sky, but probably 45 degrees. So just remember that this balance that we're in now, we're going to come back to this balanced posture in just a moment, but it's going to be a dynamic move into the posture. So first of all, you can bring your feet down and pop your heels, your feet together, so soles of your feet together. Pop your thumbs on the inside and your fingers on the outside. Keep your back nice and straight, tuck your chin, and then open your feet like a book. So when you open your feet like a book, you'll find your knees will come down a little bit more. And try to keep your spine nice and long. Now inhale and exhale, bring your head down towards your feet. Now inhale, bring yourself up. Okay, take your legs out in front of you. So lie yourself down onto your back. Okay, so remember that balanced pose, we're going to come back into it just now. So take your legs over the top of your head and hold onto your big toes with your peace fingers. So up over the top, spread your legs nice and wide, so take a nice wide leg and hold onto your big toes. So we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. So your legs are wide, you're holding onto your big toes with your peace fingers, first and second finger. And then in just a moment, we're going to inhale and roll up into that posture that we're in before, the balancing posture. So inhale, roll up, and catch your balance. And again, look 45 degrees. And then you can bring your legs down and cross your legs. Okay, let's keep our legs crossed and fold down so we're lying down into a reclined position. Now press your elbows into the ground and lift yourself up onto the top of your head. Now you can either keep your elbows there for support, or you can hold the inside of your legs. I tend to hold my leggings and then pull so that my chest opens. So I open up my chest, my back is arched, top of my head on the mat. And then you can release, place your elbows to the mat, and then just bring yourself down. Bring your knees into your chest and just have a little roll around on your spine just to bring your back into a back flexion after that extension. Okay, and then place your feet down onto the ground by your sit bones. So we're going to come into Setu Bandhasana, a half bridge. So bring yourself up, interlace your fingers under your back, and then roll your shoulders together. Lift your hips up nice and high with your inhale. Exhale, bring yourself down. And bring the knees into the chest. And again, you can have a little roll around on your spine. So you can either do Setu Bandhasana for a second time, or if you want to, you can do a full bridge. So either Setu Bandhasana, the pose we've just done, or full back bend, place your hands beside your ears, fingertips face the bottom of your mat towards your feet, and then lift up into a full bridge. Exhale, bring yourself down. And once again, bring the knees into the chest. And have a little roll around on your spine. And then roll forward and backwards. Forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Okay, come all the way up. And place your legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. So we'll fold ourselves forward. So this will just be a counter pose for our back bends. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, release. Okay, so we'll come to our final pose, Shavasana. So lie yourself down onto your back. Take your feet out towards the outside edge of your mat. Lie yourself down, place your palms upwards. And let's have a few moments of rest. Taking in all the benefits from our practice. Gently bring the awareness back to your body on the mat. Start to have a little bit of movement through your fingers and your toes. And then take a nice big inhale, take your arms all the way up over the top of your head. Bring your feet together and let's have a full body stretch. And now bend your legs, place your feet by your sit bones. And roll to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow. When you're ready, bring yourself up to seated, keeping your eyes closed. And place your hands in front of your heart center. So let's finish the class with one arm. So take a nice deep breath in. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Well done, everybody.